All the cool guys out there are going to tell you that you want a fully adjustable trigger.
They have a trigger spring that attaches to your trigger bar down here, and it attaches to your trigger housing.
Got Timney, we got Apex, I have Pontoon, I have a Gunco Just Trigger shoe. Hey guys, we're back. Oh, I'm back. Big guy's been here. He did a couple videos. I was out. Now we're back. We are at FT3 in Stanton today. Gonna show you guys some Glock triggers. So we're gonna be going through a bunch of stuff. He's got one in his pants there. See how he came fully fucking kitted out. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. It just scares me. But anyway, yep, we got one there. We're gonna go over a ton of stuff for you guys. So let's start with Glock triggers. Sam and I both have a gun in this mix that just has a connector.
Yep.
That's it. $14,
yep.
15 bucks, Zev, Ghost.
What makes them different?
The connectors?
Yes.
As far as the
product itself, why did we go from a standard Glock one to a standard to a different one? What was the difference in the actual?
Decrease the weight, the poundage pull on that, right? From about a 5.5.
And they were polished. Those are the two like big things.
Right. So the brake is going to be cleaner on them, and we'll kind of show you that a little bit too. So a couple of them have connectors, and then the rest of them have full triggers. We got Timney, we got Apex, I have Pontoon, I have a Gunco Just Trigger shoe. What else do we got?
I got Johnny Glock.
Johnny Glock.
I think I have my Timney. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Apex.
So a bunch of the big ones we didn't do. So Agency makes them.
Yep.
We didn't do the Agency. We didn't do the Zev. We used to sell a ton of Zevs. They're harder to get now.
A lot of their models are discontinued too.
They are. The Pro and then the Fulcrum.
Yep.
Right. The Fulcrum was adjustable uptake and over travel. It was really nice, but man, you could detune that thing wrong. You could tune it wrong real fucking easy, and then it wouldn't reset or things like that.
Yeah.
So
pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was kind of a pain in the ass. The cool thing is, all the cool guys out there are going to tell you that you want a fully adjustable trigger. Over travel and uptake, right? Over travel and uptake. Be careful when you're doing that. It's like an adjustable gas block. You're going to adjust the shit out of it, and that 1 millimeter of turn and your gun's not going to reset, and then you turn it back and then it does reset, and you're trying to get it right. Like, this is my view. Let me know how you feel about this. Don't use a trigger to make you a better shooter. Use a trigger to make you an even better shooter.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree.
You should be able to shoot it stock. Now, everybody knows just a connector, that's why we did them. It's better than shooting a stock one.
Yeah.
It's cleaner, it's smoother, the brake is crisper, the reset is crisper, it's just a smoother action.
And for it to make sense for everyone that's watching, the actual connector itself doesn't change your overall trigger pull pound weight.
Yes.
It is just really smoothening the interaction between trigger bar and connector. It just makes it a lot, it makes all the connections, it's why you polish your internals typically if you're doing Glocks. It just makes all the connections between what's happening inside the trigger assembly much cleaner, much more interactive, and it makes it to where it's just not gonna have any grit in between it.
That's fair.
So it's just, you're not changing the pounding, you're just changing the actual interaction, that's all.
Yeah, and...
But I would agree, definitely get good with a stock trigger, and everyone bitches about Glock's stock triggers, but I think they're okay.
Everybody's fucking triggers. Sig triggers are too smushy.
I think they're okay.
I mean, they're fine. Once you shoot enough of them, they become.
I mean, if you're comparing them to, like we did the Atlases, if we compare them to a $9,000 gun,
or any 1911 trigger, that's one thing we'll put out there. You can cut this up for a short Raoul. Do not compare a Glock or any striker fire trigger to a fucking 1911 trigger.
Yeah.
Do not do it. They're never going to come close.
And I'm not a 1911 guy,
right?
But 1911s have the best trigger.
They're by far the best just because they're the simplest, right? But with a Glock, you're pulling the trigger, the action is going back this way, which is depressing the safety plunger, and then the firing pin is coming forward. There's a lot more action, right?
Yeah.
In a 1911, it's literally just your mainspring, you pull that trigger back, it breaks, boom.
Yep.
Like, it's very, very easy. So,
and there's no sway in the trigger because there's two bars coming back from your actual trigger shoe. And so your trigger can only go backwards. Your trigger can only go towards your palm, which makes life really nice.
Yeah. So we said, and you guys can comment on this, we said we're gonna try and talk less. Because I was watching and I was like, man, we're fucking talking too much. Let's shoot and then we'll talk about the triggers and we will kind of go from there. What order do you want to do them in?
I think we go least modified to most modified.
Least modified to most modified.
Your fucking Lambo is going to be last.
This is my 17. I have a set of XS sights on it. It is cut for a dot, but I don't have one on it yet. Other than that, it's completely fucking stock. And this is a Gen 2 Glock, actually. It's a police turn in. You can see by the cutout right there. So we'll do that one. And then the one that's on your hip is the one with your connector in it?
No, this is the connector one.
Okay. Because I want to, oh, it's the connector and it's comp.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfair advantage there. I don't know if I have a mag for this, but we have tons of mags. So let's just grab a mag. Yep.
We also brought 45 gap in case you're 900 years old.
Oh man, we got to talk about that.
We will. We'll get there.
Let's get there.
I'm gonna call, guys.
So something about this gun, right? So like I said, it has a little bit of extended controls, but all it has is a connector, right? So the connector is when I get here, it's just a little bit more audible, and the trigger pull, like Sam said, it is just smoothed out a little bit. That's the part of it being polished. That's the angle on the connector is going to change that weight pullage. So let's just see how it shoots. It's weird. I haven't shot this guy in a while. Got it. So I want you to shoot mine too.
Okay.
And see what you feel like on it. Oh, did you put a mag in? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
See,
just
I came prepared.
You did. Oh. See, I had the same problem. I think I was riding that slide release or something.
We'll see. We'll see. I definitely am.
Huh? Yeah, you are too, huh?
Let's see if I can get off of that. Get my thumbs out of there. No?
I'll have to take it apart and look at it.
Let's see if I can get my thumb down farther, my hand down farther.
Oh, dude, that group was so good except for the last flyer.
Yeah. I started getting foggy in my lenses here. I can't see anything.
Okay, so you're good. So it just smooths it out a little bit from the 5-point fad. The thing that I notice about doing a connector, guys, if you're gonna do a connector, and we'll shoot Sam's too, which is a little bit more modified, it's gonna make it a little bit of a smoother trigger pull, which gonna make it feel like the break is a little bit different, but it's not. It's just slightly smoother. So just figure something gritty versus something smooth. That's what you're gonna get with the connector, but it'll make a huge difference. It's the most basic, easy upgrade for a Glock that I really like to do.
Yeah, it's very simple.
And it's cheap, All right, let's try Sam's comped one out.
See if I shoot this thing as well as I think I do.
Stock trigger shoe, only thing that's changed is the connector.
Correct.
Does it suck?
No.
It's so weird because that dot is low.
No.
Well, it's high. Swear to God. Dude, I'm dead in the middle, bro.
Let me see.
No, let me see.
All right.
Yeah, 100%. So this is a straight headshot, Sam. Yeah.
Here, let me show you exactly.
What?
Let me show you some shit here.
It's high.
I disagree.
What? It's
I disagree.
high.
No, every single shot was where it's supposed to be.
But you weren't aimed there.
Yeah, it was.
It was not.
I was aiming for the head.
No.
Yeah,
This one wasn't.
those were previous shots. Don't mind me, she's
So
zero.
that one doesn't feel crazy as far as the trigger. The thing that you guys would do if you want to do a connector is if you like the angle of the Glock trigger shoe. Okay? So if you like this angle, of the shoe, and you like the way that this feels. Some people don't. I like a flat trigger. Personally, some people like curved triggers. It's all personal preference, right? So just trying to give you guys some insight into what you can do as far as cost and what it's going to do for the gun as far as how well it's going to make you shoot, right? If you have a flinch like I do, don't put a trigger in your gun and think that smoothing out the trigger is going to get rid of the flinch, because even if it does, you didn't fix your shooting. Right, so concentrate on that. Do you feel the same?
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. Like
Always focus on training first.
Always focus on the training first, not something that's going to make it easier. Because then, if you have to pick up another gun, you're just not going to shoot it as well.
Yeah.
All right, what are we going to go to now? What do you want to do?
Probably.
Apex?
I have my Timney. So we'll do the Timney and then the Apex, or Apex and Timney. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Do whatever.
So we have the Timney. This is like a, was it a 2.5 pound, 3 pound trigger? If I remember correctly, from Timney?
Yeah, I believe it's like 2.5.
The only difference with these is you actually change, not your entire firing assembly or trigger assembly, but you change out your trigger spring, hammer, not hammer, but your trigger bar and shoe. But your trigger spring is entirely different. They have an entirely different mechanism for their trigger spring.
Yeah, the whole thing is built completely different. The way it connects, everything.
Yep. Out.
Huh?
Out.
Okay, so this is the Timney, and just to let everybody know, I've never shot the Timney before. We've sold tons of them, but I have never shot it.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time for this one. Oh, this is the Dick gun.
Dick gun.
The Dick gun. I'm used to the slide lock being lower.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to shoot that a couple more times. Can I steal a mag?
Yeah.
Never mind. Here's one.
Good.
That reset is a little sticky to me when you shoot it slow.
Yeah.
I get close to the wall and it sticks a little bit before it goes.
Yeah. The interesting thing about these is that it's not, I don't want to call it a forced reset, but it is a spring-loaded reset. So you never have a dead trigger. You always have you can always pull that trigger without, it won't always pull off, right? But you always have a springed trigger.
Interesting. I'm not used to that. I don't
Good try.
I don't love it.
It takes a really long time to get used to.
I don't love it. I don't love it at all, actually.
Yeah?
The brake is nice. I like the way that the shoe feels in my hand. But man, I don't like that.
So what I was talking about, for you guys that can see it, right? So obviously, clear gun, no mag. If I pull this trigger, right, typically on a Glock, same thing, empty. If I pull the trigger on a Glock, right, now I have a dead trigger. There's no spring tension on this trigger. This is a spring-loaded return, right? So if I pull this trigger, I still have spring tension.
Interesting.
I never have a dead trigger, which I don't know why they decided that way.
It's still not reset.
It's not reset, but I always have spring tension.
For what?
Couldn't tell you. Because it's a competition trigger, and competition dudes do weird shit.
Did you show them the internals? Well, they can look it up online too, but it's a completely different package as far as where the connector goes, your trigger housing, everything like that.
So like, if you guys can see here, yeah, so your trigger spring on a typical Glock. Want to see the ATF guys do that.
Right.
If you can see here, the interaction between the trigger bar and the actual spring assembly is different. So rather than being a looped in spring assembly like the Glocks are, because they have a trigger spring that attaches to your trigger bar down here and it attaches to your trigger housing. This is a drop-in firing pin assembly here on that red side there that drops into your trigger housing, screws in from the bottom, and then your bar kind of rests on top of it, and you have that little bit of a trigger, like I said, not a forced reset, but a spring-loaded reset. And then you have a spring down here for your actual trigger shoe that interacts with your fucking lock and block, and it gives you that tension here, which is why you have that automatic reset.
It's just like almost rebuilding the Glock trigger.
Maybe
that's why I don't like it. It feels...
I've never personally had an actual problem with Glock triggers.
But Glock triggers?
Yeah. I think they are actually not so bad.
Can we have ammo? All these 10-round mags make me...
upset.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
All right, so
okay, so Timney, it shot well. I shot the gun well.
This gun also has like, I don't know, probably 100 to 120,000 rounds.
It does not have that many.
Swear to God.
It does not.
I swear to God. Because I'm the second owner of this.
Oh.
Because it's the police cutout one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it shot well, but not my preference. All right, let's go on to, what are we gonna do, the Apex?
Yeah, may as well.
Oh! I haven't shot it. I haven't shot this Apex. This is not, so all these guns here are Sam's and I's, other than this one. This is a Raoul gun. This is a comped, and this is a ported with an acro, and an Apex, and a stipple. I don't think there's anything else you could do to this.
I don't think so. It's got the new Tyrant parts on it, Tyrant magwell and Tyrant magazine extensions. This is their Apex Action Enhancement Assembly, Action Enhancement Kit.
It feels really nice.
So you have the trigger shoe, I believe the bar, for sure the shoe, and then you have your depressor plunger, connector, and depressor spring.
Yeah, for sure it's a new plunger, right? Because you can see it's higher polished.
Yeah.
It is a new shoe.
Like we were talking about earlier.
Too?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's polished, it's a different shoe, a different trigger.
Yeah, the connector's for sure polished. So this is their whole package.
Yeah.
Apex has been around for a really long time. They make nice triggers.
Yeah. They make
aesthetically, they've never been my preference. I'll be very honest on that. It's just a very bulky trigger.
They make amazing Smith & Wesson triggers.
But the feel of that whole shoe, your finger fits on it really nice.
Yeah. Chief.
Oh man, that's gross.
That's Raoul's gun.
It's because of that cool magwell that he's got in there. You can't get the fucking mag out. Don't run regular flush mount mags on this thing. So weird, dude. So the trigger feels nice. I'll be honest with you, I can't stand the acros. I just can't stand them.
JB's
the weight and reciprocation of how far back they sit is just not my thing.
It is the weight, because I noticed that with the Atlases,
This is not.
The way it sat on the back of the slide, it made the back of the slide so heavy that you could feel the reciprocation. When it got back here, your gun wanted to do this because of how heavy it was.
Right.
Which
it's just fucking physics, right?
It's a cool optic. I'm all for acros. I'm all for aim point. I've always been a Trijicon guy because they're small, they're light, they're tough. What the fuck else do I need? What do I need a mailbox in my gun for? I get it, they're super cool. I dig them, and I'll probably own one.
See, mine must be, because I shoot all these dots low on these Glocks, it's got to be grip angle. Because I'm not pulling left, it's not a flinch.
No.
It's just got to be grip angle, because I'm right on that dot.
Yeah, so it's just the swell.
Yeah.
I thought it shot fine.
But what did you think about the trigger?
I don't know if you saw, I haven't shot much Apex, so I tried slowing down and actually feeling that reset. The reset's crisp. I agree with you. I think the shoe is very comfortable.
It is. And the odd part to me is it felt a slab bit squishy.
You think so?
I did. Shoot it again. Not that I'm trying to convince you, but it feels slightly squishy. Am I off?
No, it's not. That landed right in my pocket.
Awesome. Meant to do it. It feels a little squishy to me.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that right before the break.
Right. That me too.
Right before the break, it's funny because you have such a light trigger pull, and then right when you get towards that break, all that spring tension comes in. Right. And now you have a heavier trigger pull.
It's interesting. All right, so let's, we got mags everywhere.
Want to shoot your gap?
Oh, we gonna do it?
I think gap is next.
Let's fucking do it, man. So, gonna show you guys, this is a Frankenstein. This frame started off as a 17. Actually, these frames were swapped. Right. That was a 37 frame. That's why I can't put this on my CCW because the serials don't match up with the caliper.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I tried to put this one on my CCW and it didn't work out because I didn't feel like switching them back over. So this is going to be a 45 gap. A lot of people are going to talk shit. Please do. I have no problem with it. Velocity is slightly less than 45. The muzzle velocity is slightly less, and you're going to get a little bit less cavitation, but it is a great round, and I really like it, and it's cheap to shoot. It's basically 45 short is what it is. Just a little itty bitty guy. It's 45 short. You get less felt recoil with it too, and this is a gun that I have that I love. This one has a gunco, and these are California legal. It's a Glock 37. This has a gunco. God, does that have a different connector on it? I don't believe it does. But it has a gunco shoe on it. Okay, it has a gunco shoe, and that's it. So just changing the shoe on this. Let's see how it goes. It has a set of strike sights on it, and I like the gun. I just put a little XC1. It's a gun that sits in my nightstand, just in case I don't want to use the shotgun and it has a light on it. But I'm about to convert everybody over to 45 gap. You shut up.
Highly unlikely.
Like, I just really like the way it feels.
Oh, yeah,
that's a stipple job by Justin Baca. Stippling by Justin. Hold on. You don't have a mag.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. The gunco trigger shoes are so comfortable to me, man. The way that it's slightly curved but flat, I really, really like it. So tell me the gun isn't enjoyable to shoot, and you get good performance out of it.
I already hate it.
You're a liar. Ow, that one hit me. It's not so bad. The shoe's comfortable, right? We're talking about triggers. So
it is comfy. I like triggers that have a bit of a ledge at the bottom.
okay.
I don't like
foot.
I don't like perfectly flat triggers. Never been my thing.
And that's all personal preference. I like the foot, right? But yeah, it's super weird too. I have the, I think I have it in this one.
That connector feels different.
Huh?
The connector feels like it's different.
It might be.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have it in this one. I thought I had the Strike Industries thing.
Oh, the
little chingadera. I bet you I
thing.
did. I bet you it fell out. But so that's a 37. I love it. That's just a shoe. It might have a different connector in it, but I really like the Gunco shoes. I have a friend of mine who just did his up also and put a Gunco shoe on it, and he loves it. And it's
pretty comfy.
Right?
It's pretty comfy.
It's a comfortable trigger.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got left? We have my 34.
And then Johnny Glock.
And the Johnny Glock. I have never shot that. I had somebody tell me about it, and I'm interested. So let's give that one a throw. Get it slow enough to actually feel it, Sam.
No. That's why I don't modify your barrel. Get out of there, you whore.
Looks like we're not shooting the Johnny Glock one.
No, we're not.
Good job.
So I don't modify your barrel.
Yeah, don't modify
The
your
shoot's
barrel.
fine.
So we'll shoot that on a different video. We might do one just on Johnny Glock because I had a couple customers that asked us to bring them in.
Yeah.
So this is my 34. Yeah, it's all done up, but it has a tack pontoon trigger in it. I know him well. We've been dealing with each other for a long time. I really like his triggers. I believe the Gunco is making his trigger shoes now, but don't quote me on that. Nobody get mad on that. This is just something that is, I have thousands of rounds through this 34, and I just really love the reset. And we'll talk about all of it when we sum everything up. So let's give this one a shoot. It's for sure grip angle. I'm center mass on that.
Yeah.
Just drilling that. And this has a 1911 grip angle because I got rid of the hump. So that's where a little bit different for me. You have mag?
I have mag.
So I love this trigger. It's been worked in. It's super comfy. There is a benefit to getting a $200 or $250 trigger, and we'll go deeper into that. Tell me you don't like this trigger. That's kind of the reason both of us, everybody likes these new optics. That Trigicon, that's a 6.5 dot, it shoots just fucking fine.
Yeah.
I don't need much more than that. I was looking forward to shooting your
Me too.
your comp. That's a 507 comp, right?
No, this is the EPS.
Hold on, I don't have yours in, dude.
I'm not shooting anything just yet.
Now you are shooting it?
This is just practice. I just need to see why the barrel's all fuckety. Okay. I'm gonna call that user error on that one. All right, she works now. I gave her a look. She could tell.
I got a few.
Got a few?
So this is a Gen 5?
Yeah.
With the 507 comp on it?
No, with the EPS.
Oh, that's EPS?
Yeah.
Oh, it just sits so wide in there.
It does.
It was a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
The EPS is not enclosed. Or the 507 comp is not enclosed.
Woo!
Yeah, gotta love those. Mag app. I think it's their coating on that fucking thing.
Like, I like the way that this feels. I like the way that this feels. It's light.
Yeah.
It's real light. Probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
Probably my second favorite. All right, so let's talk about them. So this is meant to help everybody out that maybe doesn't know a lot about Glock triggers, is thinking about upgrading their Glock trigger. Let's start from the basics, right? If you're a new shooter.
Sorry, ADT's going off.
If you're a new shooter, shoot the Glock stock. Get your sight pickup good, put a dot on it, and then once you've shot some other guns or different things like that, this is just our opinion, right? We are not lawyers, this is not legal advice. This is just our opinion. Then maybe put a connector in it, then a shoe and stuff like that. If you want to go all out and buy
If it's your carry gun though.
Okay, well we're talking range gun.
Okay.
Right, let's just talk range gun right now. Guns that we're gonna fix up.
Yeah.
Like none of these are any of our carry guns.
No.
Right, none of these are carry guns. We choose not to heavily modify the carry guns, not really because we're worried about legal, but we're worried about the civil side, right? You could still get off in a charge in California and lose everything that you have in civil court. It's not that way in every state, but in California it is. In other states, if you're not convicted in the legal courts, then you cannot be pursued civilly. It is not that way in California. So we choose not to heavily modify our CCW guns. Everybody can do whatever the hell they want on their carry guns, but it's not worth me risking my home and my family and a lot of stuff that I would lose, even if it's a good kill, for some stupid thing that I did to my gun that a defense attorney wants to exploit in a court case to a jury who goes, oh, an anti-2A jury who goes, this guy he just wanted to kill people quicker, right? And now I lose everything. I'm not fucking,
no point.
I'm not okay with it.
Definitely no point.
So these are range guns, these are comp guns, these are guns that you're gonna put in your kit on your side if the shit hits the fan and you gotta hit the road in the zombie apocalypse. How do you shoot it the best? Do any of these triggers make us shoot better?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say for us, a little bit.
I don't think
I am
so.
a average to above average shooter. I'm not at your level, but I can put them down range and be on target and be fine. Stop.
The idea is that
the idea
is to be able to pick up any trigger and shoot it with some semblance of success.
Correct.
Right?
But will these make you better if you're already good? Yes, they will make you more efficient, and a lot of it's for comfort, right? Will you be able, is it a shorter reset? Will you get the second shot off quicker? Yes, you will. Right? You're talking milliseconds.
Yeah.
Like milliseconds, right? You notice we don't have a shot timer out here. That's not the point of our videos.
No.
We could have a shot timer out here, and we can, no matter what everybody says, we can do the drills just fine. But
the thing I do want to point out too is that I don't want to say necessarily the price point is what gets you the faster trigger pull. I think it is how you, as the shooter, interact with that particular trigger, right? Like you have a first that you like the most and a second that you like the second most, right? Like it's because that trigger made you shoot better, right?
Right.
I think Timneys make me shoot great. I think I like the Timney makes me shoot great. You don't like
Yeah,
the
I
Timney
didn't
because of that
prefer. I just
reset,
didn't
which is
prefer
fine.
it.
It's just
Yeah.
how that particular shooter interacts. I mean, it's basically just saying like it's all preference. It's all preference in how you want to shoot it.
And start with the most basic one. Just get a fucking connector and go from there. A connector will change your life and it'll cost you 15 bucks.
And then there,
we can change it for you in store while you watch them.
Yeah.
You know.
And then from there, like start doing your own. I don't want to say do your own gunsmithing, but do your own like tuning, polish your trigger bar, polish your depressor plunger, like polish those things, and then see how that interacts, and then go, okay, now I can step into somebody who does it professionally, who polishes the trigger for me, or whatever the fuck it would.
And then maybe you just need a shoe after that. Maybe you're like, hey, I want to go to a flat shoe. So you come in and you just buy a new trigger bar from us, and so now you have 2 trigger bars. You have one with your factory Glock, and then you have one you break the Glock, because you have to break the Glock trigger off of that shoe to put a new shoe on it. And you put a new shoe on it, and now you have 2 different trigger shoes, and you can try them out. Like I'm preferential to this, but I have thousands of rounds.
This shot nice though.
It's nice,
yeah.
Right? It's a really nice trigger. He's not a big trigger maker. It's not an agency or a Zev, but it's just a well put together trigger that he does by hand. He hand polishes them and things like that. So
that's the 2 things I like about this and the Apex is I really enjoy a very large trigger safety.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like rather than like kind of.
It's funny because your Johnny Glock is very small.
I know. Rather than like a kind of muted one, I actually do prefer one that kind of sticks out a good deal. Because even on a competition gun, I still want to be able to be like, but I can't with this one. I can't come off, right? Like it's.
So basically, they wanted you to ignore the safety and just feel the wall.
Yeah.
Pretty much as your break. And that just comes with time, guys, too. So your advanced shooters are going to know exactly what we're talking about. Your newer shooters are going to have to ride the wall, right? You're going to have to ride your reset coming back out, and then you're going to have to learn how to take out that uptake right to where that brake is, and then there's your brake. If you've ever ridden a motorcycle before, it's like letting that clutch out at the same time when you're learning how to let that clutch out, and you can feel it engage, and then you can give it gas and let it go, right? It's the same thing as you're pulling that trigger, right? You're going to get to that wall. And then you can even work on your breathing there, breathe out, and then that's when you're gonna break, right, that reset back out. You'll notice on my videos, because I don't shoot them as fast, and because where the mic is, you can hear me writing that reset and hear it audibly click every single time. Those are the things. We go back to training and what you wanna work on, but hopefully this gave you guys some good information. Johnny Glock, Tac Pontoon, Gunco, Apex, Zev, and Zev. As far as the connectors and stuff, like just the connectors. But we have all the connectors in-house. We can special order any of the triggers. We have the Timneys in-house.
We still have some of the Zevs as well.
We still have some of the Zevs. We still have, I can get the agencies, we can get the Apexes. So just come on in, come down to the shop, hit our website, and get something ordered, but, or just come down and talk to the guys.
Yeah.
Right? And feel some of these triggers, right? And see what it feels like to you, and that way you can make the best decision for you.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Hopefully that helped out, guys. And glad to be back, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.